I'm flying all the way from Boston to LA for a really weird reason. I'm actually going out there to teach my buddy how to drive stick. And I know there's probably a ton of people out there that could teach him and just like drive over to his house and show him with some clapped out car. But he very specifically asked me to fly all the way out there to teach him. And I said, why not? Now that's not the only reason I'm flying out. We haven't seen them in probably about a year and we have tons to celebrate with them. And I actually am bringing my wife with me too. So she's very excited to get back out to the West Coast. We haven't been out there in actually probably a year and a half at this point. We spent a ton of time down in San Diego, but this is only going to be a quick 4-day trip out to Los Angeles. And we are very excited to kind of get out into that car scene again and finally get to experience a little bit more of the LA scene compared to the San Diego scene. Alright, we made it to LA. The flight was pretty long. It wasn't too bad. She pretty much just slept through the entire thing. Lots of
turbulence.
Yeah, lots of turbulence. But I've done a lot of flying in my day, so it wasn't the worst flight I've been on in a long time. Now we're just waiting for the Uber to pick us up and finally get over to my buddy's house. We are finally relaxing. We just got some food, snuggled up with their dogs. They're actually not home for at least one more day. It's kind of funny. We just came in. It's actually New Year's Eve today, and they're not coming back from their own little trip that they're on down to Mexico until tomorrow. So we just are hanging out in their house for the day. So we're just going to figure out what to do in Los Angeles on New Year's Eve, and then we'll see them tomorrow. Day two, not a whole lot planned for the beginning of the day because they are still flying in, but we are in like the LA downtown area and realize that we're only about 10 minutes away from Porsche Beverly Hills. So I've seen a lot of people do videos on it. I really wanted to go down and at least check it out because we're 10 minutes away. Why wouldn't we go? So obviously we don't have our car out here, but they are letting us use their Porsche Cayman. Is that what this is? The Cayman diesel, I think is what this one is. Super nice car. We drove it down to get breakfast a little bit, and this is the first Porsche I've really gotten to like actually drive around in a regular setting. But I like it. So what better car to take to a Porsche dealership than a Porsche? Well, they were closed. That didn't end up working out. We ended up driving by, but nothing was open. So we decided to come down to the Santa Monica Pier instead. Absolutely beautiful area. We're walking just down at the beach right now. We just did a walk through the pier, but it was way too loud to try to film anything down there. It's pretty much exactly what you'd expect, just a roller coaster and a bunch of kids screaming. But it is beautiful down here, so I'm glad we decided to come down here instead. All right, it's finally day three. We're actually going to be doing some of the stuff that we came out here for. The first 2 days were kind of a little vacation for us, just kind of relax and get through the new year. But today, we're actually going to go buy my buddy's dream car with him. He doesn't know a whole lot about cars, obviously. He doesn't even know how to drive stick. So we're gonna go take a look at his dream car and hopefully drive it all the way back home. It's only about an hour away from here. So we're gonna get our breakfast and get ready, and then we're gonna go buy his dream car. It seems like we ended up bringing all of the New England weather with us. It's probably rained more in this last 10 minutes than it has in the last like year and a half in Los Angeles.
Yeah, lakes are full, mountains are too warm to get snow. Real good stuff.
Yeah, it's good stuff. Can't get away from this weather even when we travel all the way across the country. An hour and 15 minutes-ish later, we finally made it out to where we're actually picking up the car. I guess Nick has met this guy once before to take a look at it, but we're just gonna do kind of a final look over and make sure it is really up to snuff. He's not 100% sure what he was looking at when he looks at it. I'm not either, but I do have much more of a mechanical knowledge than he does. So I'm just gonna make sure it's not leaking. It doesn't sound like it's misfiring or anything like that. And just essentially doing a once over, drive it around the lot before he pays for the car.
Switch.
All right, so the test drive went good. Everything felt really good in the car. It looks really clean. My wife got a little bit of a video showing her around a little bit, and he just purchased the car. And after that, we walked out and we saw that it was definitely leaking oil, which is kind of expected. It's a rotary. You can see kind of down here, there's a little bit of an oil slick, like right through here. I don't know how well you guys can see it on the camera, but we saw it. It's a rainy day. It's gonna leak oil. It's gonna be washing off the side of it. I'm looking, I think it's coming from a spot where it's just one of those loose clamps. It's not actually held together very well. Right down in here is one of those wire clamps instead of a hose clamp. They're known for not really holding up to the test of time, I guess. So I'm thinking that it's just coming from that. Like I said, it is just a rotary engine, so it's gonna leak oil. It's gonna be a little bit dirty. This thing was just cleaned up and retuned and everything a couple months back, so I'm not really too worried about it. All right, so we got it home. It was definitely a little scary driving this car in torrential downpour. Didn't really film a whole lot of it because I was just very much focused on making sure I don't crash his brand new car. The tires on this are definitely not made for going through any kind of wet weather, but it's here, it's back. He's going to learn how to be driving one of these cars tomorrow. And I will give you guys a little update on that. I'm also teaching his friend how to drive manual. So I'm actually teaching 2 people in one day how to drive manual, but it's not on this. So you guys will probably be excited about what is actually going to get driven, or you'll be really upset about it. There's pretty much no in between. All right, it's finally the day that I am going to teach Nick how to drive this thing, but not this. We're going to pick up a BMW. And
just some old one, just
yeah.
some old real beater. It's gonna be terrible.
Real beater. Just nobody would ever want to drive this thing. It's kind of a piece of crap. It's only got an M and then another letter, but it's fine.
It's fine. It's one of the lower ones.
It's perfect to learn on.
The M's go up to like 10, right? It's only halfway.
Yeah, no, they go up to like 20, dude.
Oh, okay. It's only a quarter of the way.
Yeah. We're going to get another car. We rented it, and he asked me what he should be driving, and we were talking about getting like a newer car so it had all the assists and everything like that, but we couldn't find a newer car that was manual and 4 doors that was available for the time slot that we needed. The one car that we did find is from 2002, and it has 400 horsepower. I already told you guys that it has a BMW, or that it is a BMW. It's obviously a V8 with the 400. So once we get there, you guys will probably be very upset that they're learning on this car. I'm definitely too big for this car.
Yeah, you look cramped.
I gotta figure out how to like lower the seat, because if I want to sit down, I gotta sit like this. This is a Nick-sized car. This is not a Nick-sized car.
Figure it out, reverse.
Nice.
M5. It's definitely not the best car to learn on, that's for sure, but it's a little bit cushier than his RX-7 is, and it's not turbo, so it's not going to be giving him that crazy boost hit when the RX-7 hits boost. That thing is squirrely as hell. We just drove this back from the lot that we picked it up from. It's much more tame, definitely a lot more of like a smooth ride and a much larger grab on the clutch. So he really will have a lot more success trying to drive this compared to the RX-7, but I know it's still a 400 horsepower V8 in a 2002 BMW. So definitely not the best car to learn on. It probably should have been like a Miata or something like that. But what's the fun in that? All right, so Nick is finally driving the RX-7. We just did a whole skit about me teaching him and his buddy Steven how to drive a manual. So if you want to see that whole section of it, you'll just go out to check it out on his YouTube channel. But he's killed it. He's done a really, really good job. He's been just cruising around this beach lot, and he got onto this way faster than most of the other people that I've ever taught how to drive manual. This is not an easy car to learn on, the RX-7 specifically, but the BMW was a little bit easier, and it provided a little bit cushier of a car to at least try to learn on. He's already stalled this thing like twice in this video.
Yep,
but,
yep, that's fine.
But I'm glad he didn't have to do that on this the entire time. So if you want to see the whole three times, if you want to see the whole process of me really teaching him how to drive the BMW, that'll be on his channel. And for now, you can just enjoy watching him stall this thing out.
I got it.
Oh, nah, you got it.
There we go.
Oh, the turbo sounds so good. This car sounds so good.
It does.
I was very bummed yesterday that it was just raining so much.
Because you couldn't rip it.
Oh my god, I wanted to get into this thing so fucking bad.
Oh. Whoopsie.
That's so good.
So I just shift into neutral when I'm slowing down.
Oh yeah, you can pretty much be in neutral at any time. It doesn't really matter.
Yeah.
Neutral and putting the clutch in are very, very similar things. It's not the same, but it's very similar. Like if you are in neutral, you're not going to have any power going to the rear wheels. If you have a clutch in, you're not going to have any power going to the rear wheels.
Yeah.
So like either way, if you're worried, push the clutch in and go into neutral, then you can figure it out from there. Give yourself a breather, essentially.
Yeah.
I realized I didn't really give you guys a great walk around of the car, so at least I'll give you a little sneak peek before he shows you guys in his video itself. But this is an extremely clean RX-7 for what it is. It's got a little bit higher mileage. I think it's at like 65,000 miles, but the apex seals have already been done. A lot of the maintenance has already been taken care of. It really is just super clean. There's very, very little paint work. I think the only paint work is actually up here on the front where it's gonna be getting rock chips and such. So overall, the body's really good. It runs really well. The interior is immaculate. They actually did some new seat covers in here as well. So all of this right here is all reupholstered. The door cards are actually really nice. The only thing that's cracked, I think, is right down in here. And I mean, it's got little gremlins here and there, like the oil gauge kind of jumps around. So I told him he needs to fix that almost immediately. Obviously, it's a rotary, so it needs to have accurate readings for the oil. But I had a lot of fun driving this car around and kind of teaching him how to do it. Sorry, I couldn't show you guys too much of me actually teaching him how to do it, but there's like 17 different angles and everything like that. He did a whole production for his YouTube channel. That's the whole reason I flew out. So I didn't want to kind of take anything away from that by putting it up here, but I did want to try to document how cool this trip is. It's been really, really awesome. It's not often that your friend calls you up, be like, hey, I'm buying my dream car. I want you to come out and teach me how to drive it. And I was like, okay, I have the time, so why wouldn't I? It's been an extremely cool experience. I can't thank Nick enough for having us out here and allowing me to drive one of my dream cars too. Maybe down the line, if I can really make something out of this YouTube channel or make something out of the rap business, and it can grow to the point where we can have a bunch of cars like this, then I'll buy one. But I don't fit that well into this either. So maybe not an RX-7, we'll see. Maybe I'll just have to get a seat that sits a little bit lower or something like that. I'm flying home tomorrow, so this is pretty much gonna be the end of the video. I don't see any reason to really film the flight home. And yeah, if you guys made it this far, I really appreciate it. That this video's kind of been all over the place. I didn't really do a great job of planning it out, but I just kind of picked up the camera and said, I'm doing something cool. I want you guys to be able to see it. And I just can't thank you enough for making it this far. If you haven't already, go ahead and throw a subscription my way. It means the world to me. I just started this channel, but I really have a lot of good ideas, or at least what I think is a good idea for this year. And I'm really going to be taking it seriously on the car content back home. And who knows, maybe I'll be coming out here to shoot a little bit more with Nick and teach him a little bit more as much as I can. So with that being said, thank you guys so much, and I will see you on the next one.